Hello everybody, and welcome to my Half-Life 2 roleplay tutorial. I know a lot of you don't play on the Half-Life 2 roleplay server, and many of you don't play because you've never played Half-Life 2 roleplay before, and you don't understand it, and you think it's boring. Well, along with the help of Blank and Blank V2, I'm going to be posting multiple videos over the course of the next few days. Just going over some basic stuff with Half-Life 2 roleplay, going over the different factions and what it's all about. So, when you first get into the Half-Life 2 server, if it's your first time playing, you're going to be presented with a quiz. The purpose of this quiz is to make sure people don't join the server if they don't know what to do. And I'm not going to give out the answers to the quiz because I want you guys to figure that out on your own. And if you haven't gotten our server content pack yet, please go to the HL2RP thread and download it. So, once you pass the quiz, you will be taken to the Half-Life 2 roleplay main menu. And the main menu really consists of these three basic elements that you see right here on the top of the screen. And those are new, load, and leave. Alright, so that's what you're going to see once you get into the server, once you pass the test, and all that fun stuff. And once you pass the test on the server once, that's it. You won't have to enter it every single time you play on our server. It's just each time you connect to a new server. Some servers have custom quizzes, some don't. Ours is just a standard Half-Life 2 roleplay quiz. And if you get too many questions wrong, I forgot to mention, you will be kicked. So like I said, new, leave, and load. Leave, obviously, is going to kick you from the game, take you back to the game's main menu. Alright, load can bring up your character menu, let you load a pre-existing character, as you can see. I have quite a few here. And new will create a new character. Since this is the first part of the tutorial, this is what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on the very beginning. So click on new, and you have the option to select a faction. As you can see, I have quite a few, but since you're just starting out, you only have access to the citizen. You can choose any gender you want, male or female. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to click on male. Alright, click on next once you're done, and then you'll be taken to your description, which consists of your name, physical description, and your player model. I'm going to choose this guy right here, I think. Where is he? Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave this guy. Alright, and then once you're done with that, you can enter your name. And one thing I have to mention is names have to be, firstly, a real name. It can't be anything offensive. I've seen trolls on the server making stupid names. I'm not going to say any because, like I said, they can be offensive to some people. And it can't be the name of a existing celebrity or a well-known fictional character. So, for example, I'll just stick with the Half-Life universe. You can't name your character Dr. Freeman or Wallace Breen, for an example. So, that's just an example for this. But like I said, no famous people. You can't name your guy Tom Cruise. So, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be called Timothy Anderson. And then, your description, I have to say, but right now, because I've seen this mistake more than any, this is a purely physical description. I've seen people put, like, they hate the Combine, or they're fearless, things like that. That doesn't go here. This is purely physical. The only exception to that is if you say you want your character to have a Scottish accent, or a Southern accent, or something like that. You can put accents in there. But other than that, it has to be purely physical. What they're wearing, skin color, hair, stuff like that. Now, you can be a little bit creative. It doesn't have to be strictly based on your player model, but don't try to be too crazy. Like, if you want to change your hair color, that's fine. But anyway, here I'm just going to enter my description. As you can see, you don't have to follow the format I like to do, because I like mine to be neat and organized. And all my characters, you'll see, kind of follow the same format. I like to separate them into segments with those, I don't know, straight dashes, whatever you call them. But I like to put my weight, and as you can see right there, that scoreboard popped up, and there's nobody else on the server because it's closed while I film this part of the tutorial. But that's just because I accidentally hit the shortcut for the scoreboard. So this mainly happens to me and other players while you're creating your physical description, because you'll probably find yourself entering a capital B once or twice, and that's what the shortcut is. It's Shift B. So if you're ever playing and the scoreboard pops up like that, it probably won't be just like that because there will be players on. Just click Shift B again, and that will remove the scoreboard from your screen. And once you're done with your physical description, you can just go down here and press Next. Alright, now we are in the Attributes menu. And please excuse the sound and everything, because I'm narrating this after I recorded, and my original recording got corrupted at this point, so this is actually a separate video. So anyway, the attributes are set up into different segments. There's acrobatics, agility, dexterity, stamina, endurance, and medical. And as you can see in here, each one is explained, and you can understand basically what they do. One thing I should mention, a rule pertaining to the attributes, is that whoring all of your attributes, attribute whoring, is against the rules. That would be like giving half of your points, which is 30, to, say, stamina, and the other half to strength. So one way to easily avoid this is what I'll do with all my characters once I start creating them. The safest way to avoid attribute whoring is just to go around and give 1 point to each slot, and then go from there. So once you add one, once you add 1 point to each trait, you can go ahead and add more as you wish. And as you can see, that's the character I just made right there with the random letters, because I already created my attributes in the original segment of the video, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And here we go, Timothy Anderson. I don't even know if I said the right name at the beginning of the narration, so if I didn't, you'll have to excuse me. As you can see, I'm already using this character. That's because I was already loaded in the game. Alright. So here we are. This is the plaza of the city. You have to excuse lag. I have Blank and Blank V2 helping me, so these guys are going to be helping throughout these videos, as I said. So right here we have Blank running up tonight. And we're just going to go over the typing and chat, because voice chat is restricted in the game. You're not allowed to use voice chat. It is disabled, so it's purely text. Opening up the chat is the same thing as any other Gary's Mod server where you can talk. You press Y, and then open up the menu, and then you type your message. And you say hi. I know in HL2RP if you press U, they'll do team chat, like within your class. That doesn't work. U is just doing the same thing. Now while we're talking, we're also going to go over the types of talking. You can whisper, and to do that all you have to do is type /W and then your message. As you can see, it says I'm whispering. My text is significantly smaller, and you'll have to be much closer to me to see it, as opposed to talking, which will have a fairly standard distance. As you can see, Blank here is going to back up, and he's going to whisper to me. He's going to let us know once he's whispered.
Yeah.
Alright, so he whispered, as you can see. It doesn't show up in the chat, but he's going to talk at a normal volume now, and you will see it up here. You'll see it says talking, like I said, or typing, and there you see it shows up on my screen. Now, if he backs up a little bit more and talks at normal volume again, instead he'll let us know once he's done. It doesn't show up, but you can yell, which will increase your range. Same thing as whispering. Type /Y and then your message. As you can see now, you can see his message now he's further away. So to yell, like I said, same thing as whispering, it's just /Y instead of /W. And you're going to have to remember these ranges, because they come in handy when you want people to recognize you. Now, as you can see, I walk up to Blank, and it gives me his description, but I don't know his name, it doesn't recognize him. I don't recognize his character. Now, you want to recognize someone from step 2, and it comes with this menu, to recognize people within talking, whispering, and yelling range. And those are the same ranges as talking before. If you're within talking range and you hit all characters within talking range, anyone who's within that range when you push that button will be able to hear you, or whispering if you want people close to you, and yelling. So I want Blank to recognize me, but not Blank V2, because he's over there being a creep, just standing by the vending machines. So if I did talking distance, he'd probably recognize me. So whispering, it beeped, that means he can recognize me, but Blank V2 can't because he's not within whispering range. See, now you can recognize me. He knows my name. He said, "Hello, Timothy," and that's my name in the game. But Blank V2 does not recognize me because he was not within whispering range. Whispering range. I cannot talk. It is 5 o'clock in the morning right now when I'm recording this. Whispering range. I apologize. What I'm doing right now is talking in local out-of-character chat. One thing about serious game modes like this is you have to talk in character at all times. If you want to break character, you can do it with local out-of-character chat, which is done by typing .// and then your message, and that's local out-of-character chat. Or you can do global out-of-character chat, which is just / and then your message. As you can see, that is out-of-character chat. It will say OOC or LOOC in your message, and that's how you know. Now the other thing is, out-of-character chat does have a time limit. As you can see, Blank types out-of-character, and now he cannot because there is a timer of, I believe, 116 seconds. You can tell us in a second. Yeah, 116 seconds. However, local out-of-character chat does not have a limit. The only reason out-of-character chat does is because it's global and it can cause a lot of spam. See? He can spam out-of-character chat as much as he likes, and there is no timer on it. To get around this, if you want to talk to someone out of character, you can just use the PM system. Same thing as a HL2RP server, which is /PM, their character's name, not their username, and then their message. And you're gonna have to excuse the lag. My computer can handle games, but once I start rendering filming them, the lag
kidnap them.
And now Blank is telling us. The question I asked Blank was, what does he like to do to passively roleplay? Because one thing about this is you have to learn how to passively roleplay. There's not always action. Sometimes you have to find action and make your own action. So like he said, he likes to kidnap people, find roommates, and lock them up in his bathroom. So, as a citizen, you're going to be doing a lot of passive roleplay. There doesn't have to be action. Action is not necessary. You can make your own action, or you can just passively roleplay without any action. Another form of passive roleplay that's very common amongst citizens is the ration cycle. Now, in just a few minutes...
As you can see, I'm not kidnapping him.
Excuse him. He's kidnapping him now. But in just a few minutes, you're going to see there, Blank is going to start a ration cycle, and as a citizen, you'll come to love the announcement of the PA system stating that the ration distribution terminal is now online. So, a lot of people don't know where to find the rations. It's very simple. Once you're in the plaza, right in front of the next staircase to the left of it, you're just going to want to go up that left side staircase.
City 17. Rations are now available at the ration distribution terminal.
And here we go. This building with the green lights in front of the doors is the ration distribution terminal. So you just come in here. And right now we're just going to jump ahead in time because Blank V2 was having some issues with the ration terminal and he kind of vanished. So we're going to jump ahead to the future right now. I'm just going to pop us back in right here because as you can see, I'm doing some actions right here. It's not the, that like freaking out and there's no button to push. But I'm performing actions that said that I was knocking on the doors and such, knocking on the window. To do that, all you have to do is type /me and then enter something, enter your performance. So you have to do a /me whenever you're doing something. If you're interacting with an object, if you're going to be doing anything, you have to roleplay it. So anytime you do something, you have to do a /B or you have to roleplay it. This is, like I said, a serious RP game mode. So, you have to try to roleplay anything you do. Now, when a Combine asks you to apply, just type /. You see here I said, yes, officer. Just responding to him to make some more roleplay. You just type /apply or /apply say. And what this is it's going to give them your name and your civil identification number. So as you can see, my name is Timothy Anderson and my CID number is blah 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 blah. It's randomly generated for each person. So now he can check my loyalist points, he can check my criminal points, and what these are is kind of self-explanatory. It's a ranking system on how loyal you are or how much of a criminal you are. And that's kind of how the Combine will keep track of you, keep track of what you do, and find out how eligible you are for certain things. Again, Blank V2 was having some issues here, so you'll have to excuse him. It was very late for him while we were recording this video, as it is for me, narrating. So, as you can see, I'm doing a /B, I'm taking the packet. And to interact, you just press E on it and click take. Now I'm just going to RP, opening up my ration packet, do a simple /me. And when you open a ration packet, it's going to give you credits, which are the form of currency, and citizen supplements, which will fill up your hunger level, which I'm going to get to in just a bit. So if you want to eat it, you can either right click on it to instantly do it, or left click and it'll give you a menu to drop it or open it. So right now, I'm going to go over your needs. As you can see, I have a hunger level, a thirst level, and a sleep level. Hunger, you can get snacks from vending machines or during rations. It also, you can see on the right side of the screen, that green human figure is my health, how injured I am in certain areas of my body. You also have a thirst and sleep level, as I said. Thirst you can get from vending machines, water. There's also various little tubs around that you can drink if I type /drink. To sleep, all you have to do is type /sleep. But I wasn't tired enough to sleep. As you can see, it says you're not tired enough. But Blank there is tired enough. He fell over because he is asleep now. He is clearly unconscious. And that will bring up your sleep level. So you have to keep an eye out on those, because if you're too tired, eventually you'll pass out randomly. And if you're too hungry, too thirsty, you'll become weaker, you won't be able to run as much, things like that. I'm just going to try and find Blank V2 here, because we're going to go over rolling and things like that. Because rolling is a key part of successful roleplay. Now, one thing you shouldn't do is run past the Combine, because they really don't like that. It's considered uncivil, as is jumping or bunny hopping. So if you run past the Combine, they'll probably stop you on the street. As you can see, he stopped me, he said citizen, I stopped, turned around. Told me not to run. However, if I was doing something else, he could tell me to get up against the wall, and he could tie me up, he could search me, he could detain me, or he could do what's called a re-education. Excuse my stuttering, like I said, it's really late here while I'm filming this. He can perform what's known as a re-education, or a beating. As you can see, he has his thumb stick out, so he's probably going to try and beat me. That is the most common thing you'll see the Combine doing, is re-educating people. So as you can see, he tells me to face the wall. I comply. I walk over to the wall. and now he's going to attempt to time me. Now, whenever you're performing an action involving other people, if you're going to try and fight them, or attack them, things like that, or in this case, if he's going to try and time me, you have to perform what's called a roll. This determines who wins the event. So you type /roll, and you roll a random number between 0 and 100. Now, from here, it would look like I won the base roll, but since he is a I4 ranking unit, he has a slight roll bonus, so technically he wins that roll. Since he won, he can perform his action of tying me up, as you can see here. However, if I won the roll, I can perform something that would cause him to not be able to tie me, like push him out of the way, something like that. As you can see, I have been tied up. Now what this means is I can't use anything. If I had weapons right now, I wouldn't be able to use them. I can't use my weapon wheel. You can't see right now, but I'm actually scrolling my mouse trying to use my weapon wheel. Again, can't talk. You also can't open up doors or interact with things while you're tied up. So it's basically like having your hands tied behind your back. You can't do anything. You have to be untied by a combine or another citizen to be able to do things. So like you can see over here, I cannot interact with that when I'm tied up. So I'm pressing E on the door and nothing's happening. Alright, so now I went and asked Blank and Blank V2 what they like about Half-Life 2 roleplay. So I believe I started out with Blank, who is the one on the right without the yellow eyes.
Yeah. Everything. Combine. Best
And then I
strategy.
went and I asked Blank V2
So we can discipline the filthy humans.
about Half-Life 2 roleplay was. And that was his response to
I'm
what
really
his
gonna think about
favorite
that,
event
but,
was. What his favorite
Probably
thing he's done.
throwing Blink V2 down the
So I asked him like, what his
down
favorite
this
arcade
long
games was.
elevator here. Many times.
I like how you can interact with players, but in a serious way. So, like in that Half-Life 2 universe.
And that was his response to what was his favorite roleplay experience in the server.
Being a roommate with Blank and role-playing with him.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good roommate.
Yes, I would. It's a
Just
very
now I asked
fun
Blank
experience,
V2
but it
if
takes
you
a
would
while to
recommend
play.
Half-Life 2 roleplay
So
to
it's
the
going to be slow.
community. Ask the same
Not
question
a lot
to
of
Blank here.
action. But that's how it starts.
Yes, I would.
One thing I forgot to go over was power gaming. So,
Alright.
power gaming
I wanna
is
demonstrate.
when you don't roll. I should have gone over this when we went over rolling, but it's when you don't roll and you force your actions on people. So as you can see, Blake's about to power game on me. He shoots me, kills me, without giving me a chance to roll or react to it. So that is a major rule that he just broke. And if we were actually playing and this wasn't part of the tutorial, his character would have probably been banned from the server, and he would have had to create a new character. He would have lost everything on that character. So, if you're going to do something with another citizen, you have to be sure that you roleplay it and you give them a chance to respond, and you let them roll.